Good morning. My name is Jim Newcomb. May not be morning for you, by the way, but my name is Jim Newcomb. I'm with Prosperity Partners team, and I want to share with you today how you can use a vision video to help you achieve your goals. I have used vision boards for decades. Back when I was a real estate broker, I would gather my whole team together, my whole office together, and we would do kind of a party. Basically, everyone would bring magazines and glue and scissors, and we would have appetizers and wine and beer and have a good old time clipping out images from magazines to paste onto whiteboards that we could put in our office cubicle, in our home office, wherever we wanted to put it so we could see it all the time and remind ourselves of what our goals were. Basically, it was just a visual thing because we all learn in different ways. We all motivate ourselves in different ways. And I think it needs a little bit of everything to kind of keep everything moving forward. Over time, I changed that process. I most recently was using PowerPoint, and I would have each slide be a specific representation of what I wanted to accomplish. And it wasn't just goals, it was other things as well. And I get into that in a second. What I've discovered this late last year actually is an app online called PICTORY, PICTORY. I'll give you a link to it in a minute. They'll give you a free access, free trial. Anyway, I discovered it, and I have been kind of holding off on doing YouTube just because I didn't like doing the editing of the videos. I've never done it. I don't really understand it very well. I mean, I understand it. I just can't do it very well. But PICTORY solved all that for me. It can do voiceovers. It can record my voice over video. It has music in the background. It can do all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to demonstrate that stuff for you. I'm going to show you how to create a really simple, short video based on your vision on which you want to accomplish. So first thing you need to do is write up I'm going to share my screen now, actually. Hopefully that'll work well. And what we need to do first is sign into PICTORY. Now, when you first go there, you're going to get my link. It'll look like this. And you can get started for free. You can do a test trial. Let me get my picture out of the way. Just by clicking here where it says free trial. And what you're going to do then is set up an account. No requirements up front, and you're going to come to this page basically. Now, there's different options here. I'll explain them really quickly here. This is one where you have a script, and for example, your goals, and you upload them here, and it creates video slides based on the copy. This one is where you have an article and you want to paste it in, and you want it to go find the article and paste it in. It doesn't work where you have to log in though. For example, like LinkedIn, it won't work on things like that, but it can work in other places where you have an article posted or you have somebody else's article posted and you want to comment on it, for example. Edit video using text. This is using text. This is pretty cool. You actually upload the video. It has the text with it, and you just edit the video based on the text, and you kind of work on the whole thing together. This one's very cool. You just upload an existing video, like I might do a video on Zoom specifically for YouTube or whatever. I put it in here, and I can add things in front of it. I can edit in the middle of it. I can add music, and I can add voiceover. I can do anything I want to with it here. Really cool. But the one I'm going to do today is this one. And this is where you copy or paste in your script. Looks like this, really simple. Now, what I'm going to do is I've already created a document, and this is what you'll need to do. You'll need to write up something that represents what you want the video to be about. And in this case, I called it My Vision Video. And I have a series of things that I include on my own personal vision video. I have a daily reminder, and mine happens to be change the energy to change anything. And I thought that was a pretty decent one to share. And then I have both a mission, a motto. I have several things in this particular category, but we're just going to use mission for this: empower, enlighten, elevate every day. And then your affirmations specifically. And I like to categorize them in these four: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. I think that those are encompassing, and if you have a positive affirmation in regards to those, that will get you covered. You could add other things like financial, all sorts of other things in terms of business and whatnot. And then I think you should include a why. Why do I want to accomplish my goals? So I put something in here for that. And then what your specific goals are. And these should be SMART goals. They should be time-based, as specific as possible. You would add in specific dates. I want this to be fairly generic. And they can be more than just those. This can be as long as you want it to be, basically. Mine is about 4 minutes or so. And then a daily action plan. What are you going to do on a daily basis? Like, for example, morning routine, learning and development, family time, financial management, etc. Those are things you can do every day. Now, I could break these down into separate pages, separate slides. I would just have to put each on their own line, basically. And then who I want to become: a beacon of positivity and strength in all relationships, and what my contribution is going to be to the world, as it were. And then today's big action step. And this is not to be filled in advance. This is like to prompt you every day. Okay, what is my big action step for today? So what you want to do is you just want to take this and you want to copy it, and you're going to paste it into the text here. And this is going to be called my vision. This is just for internal use. My vision video. And then you can highlight things that you want to be specific slides. But the way I've structured this with the spacing and everything, it will kind of include everything. I'm going to actually put affirmations on its own page, and then the affirmations will actually follow. So this is kind of how it will lay out in terms of the pages. And now all I have to do is click on proceed. And it is going to take that information and it is going to actually apply music, and it's going to apply individual slides for each one. I have never had it do it 100% the way I want it. I always will go in and change some of the slides out. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm not going to go through the whole process because it'll take too long in this video, but I'm going to show you a few so you can kind of get an idea of how to do it. And I'll also show you how to preview and then how to actually download it to your computer. It's really simple, really cool. And so it's now generating. It shows you what screens, what actual items is working on. So here is the first one. Now it's actually still processing. You can kind of see because it's blurry. But here are the opportunities over here. So you've got the visuals where you can actually replace the images. You've got audio, which right now there is, you'll notice, a music already attached to it. And I'm not going to use that music, so I'm going to turn that off. And then and I have a particular styles that I like. It happens to be this white with a black border. And then text would be where you want to insert like a heading or subheading or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the visuals. And what I do first is after I remove whatever audio there is, because as you change it, it has to reformat everything. So you just don't want to work with the audio yet. You just want to work on this part of it. So my vision video, and I don't like this guy with his shirt off. I'm going to choose something else. I'm just going to type in vision video over here, and it's going to give you ideas of what you might be able to use. And I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to try to find something fairly quickly that will, I think, work for what we're trying to accomplish. This is kind of cool, pointing us towards the right direction. I'm just going to go ahead and pick that one. There it is. Now, one thing you want to do every time you pick a video or a clip is see how it fits within the time frame. So for example, does it complete its action, whatever that is? So this is a 5-second, it did that, it quit, it's fine because it's just the title. So now I'm going to move to the next one. And you'll notice the plus and minus over here. This is where you can add a slide in between. You can add words to it as well, as you can see there. So this is daily reminder, change the energy to change anything. Don't like that at all. You're just checking your calendar. So I'm going to put something over here to say change energy. It's probably going to do a lot of electrical type stuff, but let's see what comes out of it. Change energy, that's kind of cool. Let's see what it does. If you hover over it, it will show you what it's going to do in terms of the action. So I'm going to go on down and see, like I said, this is a lot about energy, but this is kind of interesting. Just movement, and this looks like a big eye. It looks like it's from one of those movies. And this is kind of pretty. It might reflect what you're thinking about in terms of serenity and whatnot. This is good though too. It's kind of like when maybe you're meditating, you're thinking about what you want to change. And this is very much in line with what my philosophies are, that you actually can mentally change the energy. So I'm going to choose this one. And again, I want to see if 5 seconds is adequate for what the image is going to do. In this case, we know she's going to turn and smile, and I want that included. It didn't get that far, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time and I'm going to increase it. I'm going to go up to say 9 for right now. We'll see what happens. You push this play button again to see what happens. If we get to the smile, then we'll be good. We'll just leave it as it is. And no smile. So we're going to add another couple of seconds on and double check it again. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you get the point. You understand where we're heading with it. It's pretty straightforward. And the other thing I wanted to do is I want to make sure that the words are actually going all the way through with the style that I want. And normally it will apply it to all. I think there's nothing special I have to do. I think it'll just do it at some point. So we're going to get back here to the visuals, and I'm going to move on to the next one. Mission, empower, enlighten, elevate every day. That's kind of cool. We'll leave it alone. Next one is affirmations. That's not bad. We can leave that one alone as well. I'm still wondering why I'm not getting my styles, but at some point it asks usually, do you want to apply this to all? And I think I can do that here. Let's see here. No voiceover. Oh, this visual zoom and pan, by the way, is good if you have a solid photo, a non-moving photo. If you click it, it'll kind of move in and out a little bit, make it look like it's live, which is quite cool. So I do want to make sure that these all have the correct style. So we're going that way. Now, this is the next one, physically honor my body with rest, nourishment, and activity. This doesn't look like what I want it to look like. So again, I'm going to go back here to visuals and I'm going to say exercise, just so we can get something in here quickly. Exercise. And specifics about belly fat, that's interesting. So this one's kind of cool. This one is cool, easy, no person involved, but I don't mind people involved because if they're nice looking, then they kind of help us motivate ourselves, I think, in terms of fitness, but this is good too. I'm just going to pick it and get that text change back to where I want it as well. So we're going to do that over here in styles. And then we're going to go back to videos. Now you get the idea of how we're doing this all the way through. The other thing you really want to make sure of is that the length of it is long enough to cover what you want to accomplish. Now I'm actually hearing music here and I don't want that. So I'm going to go back to my audio and I'm going to turn the audio off again, and shouldn't have come back on, I'm not sure why I did. So anyway, that's kind of basically how you do it. Once you get it where you think it's going to be good, you just keep on going all the way through basically until you get to the end. And it's not very long, it's like 17 images. That's not too big a deal. It doesn't take very long. First thing I want to do though is I want to preview it. I want to see how the timing looks on each slide. Make a mental note or write it down. If you think one of these needs to be extended a bit, just jot down which scene it is, go back in and edit it so that it's the length that you want it to be. And then if this were something I wanted to add voiceover to, you also have to make sure that the length of the video will accommodate the amount of time it takes to say the words. In this case, we're not going to do voiceover because you're going to be saying these in your head. You're not going to want somebody else to hear somebody else's voice doing it. So this is great. This is exactly what we were looking for. And it's just going to keep moving. Excuse me. It's just going to keep moving forward. So that's good. Now we're going to pretend that we've gone all the way through it and it looks great. So we're going to close it. Now, I do want to add music to it. And the music I specifically want to add is one that I really like a lot. It actually builds during the course of the music. I'm sorry, getting over cold. It's called Crystalline. Hopefully I can find it real quickly here. Oh, come on, Crystalline. I'm misspelling it. Chris. The T there. Coughing. Okay, that's the one I want. So I'm going to apply it. Now, if you go back to your preview, you'll be able to hear the music as part of it. I'm not sure if you will hear. This particular one builds fairly slowly. I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but it builds as it goes. And when you get toward the end, it's like big and powerful, which I really like. So we're going to stop that one and we're going to pretend everything is great. Now we're going to download it. Just say download video. It takes a few minutes. Excuse me. When it's finally finished, there's going to be a link here that says download and just put it on your computer. So you click that link and it goes down your computer and you're all done. Save it somewhere where you want to look at it every morning, first thing on your computer. You could also put it on your phone, look at it there. And you're going to end up with something that I think is really pretty cool. I'm going to show you a really quick clip of mine, if you don't mind, if I can get back here where I should be. So this is the one I look at every day. And I did this like in the end of December. So this is kind of what it looks like. I push play and it starts out with 2024. And then it moves right into the energy thing that I talked about. Like that, it just keeps on going. It's cool. So if anybody has any questions about this, would like some suggestions or help, I'm happy to do that. Also, if you'll click on the link in the description, it'll take you to PICTORY, give you that free sample if you'd like it. I love this program. I think it's fantastic. Thank you.